everyone. Today we are going to learn data management using R. Dimensions of data and names of the columns. Dim displays the number of rows and columns in the data, and names displays the names of the columns of the data. Internal structure of data. When R reads data, it treats different variable types in different ways. str is the easiest way to inspect how R treats variables in our data frame. It compactly displays a data frame's internal structure like this. Structure gives the following information. Class of the object, like in this case salary underscore data, is of data.frame class. Type of the variable, number of levels of each factor. In case of numeric or integer, it shows the values. In case of factor variable, it shows which entry is for which factor level. Number of missing observations. In R, missing data are usually recorded as NA. is.na is used for checking the number of missing values in the data. is.na returns a logical vector giving information about missing values. Here, sum displays the sum of missing observations. Check the levels. Our data has 4 factor variables. A factor is a categorical variable that can take only one of a fixed, finite set of possibilities. Those possible categories are the levels. We can check the levels using levels function. You can assign individual levels or as a group of levels. First n rows of data. Head displays first 6 rows. The number of rows to be displayed can be customized to n. Last n rows of data. Tail displays last 6 rows. The number of rows to be displayed can be customized to n by specifying the number of rows. Summarizing data. Summary gives summary of objects including data sets, variables, linear models, etc. When summary is applied to a data frame, it is essentially applied to each column and it summarizes all the columns. For a continuous variable, it gives summary in the form of min, first quantile, median, mean, third quantile, max, and count of NAs. For a factor or categorical variable, it gives the frequency of each level or category, like in the case grade has 2 levels, GR1 and GR2, occurring 5 and 7 times respectively. Change variable names and content. Our data is saved as an object named salary underscore data. In case we want to change the name of some variable or column and its values, we can use the following command, which lets us make change interactively. This command is fix. Fix function will open the data in a separate editable data editor, like the screenshot below. You can go to the desired column name or cell and make the changes manually. Complete the task by closing the dialog box, File, and then Close. It is important to note that alternative function for editing data interactively is edit, similar to fix. The difference is edit lets you edit an object and returns the new version, and fix lets you edit an object and modifies the original. Change variable names, that is rename. Another way of renaming columns is by using package reshape. Rename uses names of the data object and the result need to be saved in an object because rename doesn't modify the object directly. You can rename multiple column names like this. It is important to note that alternative way to change column names is names. Note that this modifies salary data directly, that is, you don't have to save the result back into salary data. Derive a new variable. Add a new variable to salary underscore data containing values as 5% of BA. It is important to note that we can recode the existing variables in same way like this. Recode a categorical variable, that is if else. Recode location Mumbai as 1 and Delhi as 2. In the following code, location column is recoded using if else statement. Recode a continuous variable into categorical variable. Categorize the employees on the basis of their BA in three categories, namely low, medium, and high. Nested if-else statement is used. Note that column category is of character type. You will have to convert it to a factor using as dot factor. Remove columns from a data frame. Remove a column last name from salary underscore data. To remove a column, set it to null. It is important to note that to remove columns using integer indexing, index is the position of column. It starts from 1. In this case, index number of first name is 1, grade is 2, and so on and so forth. Remove rows from a data frame. Remove unwanted rows from data using their index numbers. We can use the square bracket notation to access the indices of rows and columns like this. Here the first index is for rows and the second is for columns. Remove only rows which has location as Mumbai. Use negation operator to remove the row which satisfies the condition. You can also specify multiple conditions like this. Subsetting observations. Subsetting is extracting the needed rows and columns from a data set. The subset function with conditions made from logical operators involving the columns of the data frame will let you subset the data frame by observations. Our data is saved as an object named salary underscore data, which is of class data.frame. There is no limit on how many conditions may be combined to achieve the desired subset. Subset will return a data frame, and so this newly created object can be used as an argument in subset. It is important to note that our assumed variable names are within the data frame being subset, so there is no need to tell R where to look for location and BA in the above example. Suppose we want all the details in employees not having GR1 and not from Mumbai. We will write the following command. Subsetting variable. We can also specify which column we would like subset to return by adding a select argument. Select takes columns to be selected from a data frame. The order of columns in the output totally depends on how you place the column names in select argument. Following is the code and the output. Subsetting both observations and variables. We can subset observations and variables by simply combining the previous two methods of subsetting. Following code combines the observations and variables and gives the output. Row subsetting. Display rows from 5th to 10th. When we only want to subset rows, we use the first index and leave the second index blank. Leaving an index blank indicates that you want to keep all the elements in that dimension. Use names to know which column corresponds to which number in the index. Use colon notation if rows have consecutive positions. Here is the code for row subsetting and the output. Now I hand over the further slides to Sakshi Zarwar.